Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
Poet came screaming in the house, and I was like, what happened? And he's like, there's a swarm of bees outside. And I was like, what? So I ran outside, and on the plumeria tree, a swarm had come, a hive, and like attached itself to one of the branches. And so I Googled, like bee help in Hawaii, and I got a hold of someone who's a beekeeper, and he says, well, you have two options. I can come and take it, or we can build you a hive at home. And because Poet loves those things, I was like, well, this is another opportunity. I'm not a beekeeper, but hey, they chose us. So if the queen decides to stay, which there was no guarantee she would, he put her in the clip in a bee hive. And he says, you just basically have to point it out towards an open pathway so that they can, fly back and forth. So Steve built this little like CMU block thing, and we put them kind of hidden out by the ocean, and they just kind of fly back and forth. And so I was just checking on them one day because it was during winter, and they had said that they need food. So we drilled a little hole, and we would do sugar water so they would have enough nectar. And so I went to check on them, and I was coming back, and I don't know what happened, but I guess maybe I shook the hive by accident. And man, I was like filming it. I was like, oh, how fun. Look at the bees. Because Poet wasn't there. I wanted to show him the bees. So it's like, oh, look. And I have the video of me. And then all of a sudden it goes, ah, and the camera drops and I'm running away. And so I start screaming. So I learned afterwards, don't run, don't scream, don't wear dark colors, and don't ever jump in the water. Well, you know what I did that day? I started screaming to Steve, which carbon dioxide comes out, which aggravates bees. I started running around. I knew not to swat, but you can like flick them off. But Steve didn't know not to swat, so I had him come out because I was screaming. So they were already aggravated. So now they're swarming everywhere. And I thought, well, maybe he could help me because I couldn't open my face because they were like all around my face. I was like, can you just gently flick them off? And so he was trying to swat them, so it aggravated them more. I was wearing a black t-shirt, so they were all around my top and my head. And then I didn't know what to do, so now they were swarming him. So I said, run, jump in the ocean. Well, I read later that people drown because you will come up for air, and the bubbles that are released when you jump in the water create more carbon dioxide, which aggravates the bees more. And so they start swarming over the water. People come up, they like ingest them, and then they are found dead with bees inside of them. Thank God in our
gruesome.
case, we survived.
Well, you live to speak about it.
But yeah, anyway, so that was our bee story.
So you have like a regular beekeeping outfit or like a cute one?
I don't have one yet.
Oh.
I need one. My girlfriend gave me like one of those little mosquito nets for like at least your head, which is probably a good idea because that's actually the one that hurt the worst. I found 17 stingers in me, but the one that hurt the worst was right on top of my eye and right on top of my head.
How do you pull them out without squeezing the stuff
kind
inside?
of like with a credit card or whatever.
Oh. If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.